Hi guys, my name is Steve B. I'm glad to be with you today on this beautiful, chilly uh, day down in the park. It's morning, and hope you all had a safe and nice transition from the old year to the new year, 2025. Here we are, new territory, uncharted. I thought I'd talk today about, service. I've talked before about service, and I think personally, service is the best thing a person can get into in recovery. It's, for goodness sakes, the service keeps you sober. Going to meetings keeps you sober. There are a lot of things, and service is right there up on the top of all of them. I When I first came into recovery, I had a friend. He came in before me, and his name was Bruce. Well, he's still alive. I'm not going to talk to him like he's gone. He's not gone. But I learned more from him than I did anybody about service. Service. He was the epitome of service. That's what he was all about. A newcomer comes into the room, he'd greet him, he'd help him out, show him where the coffee is and the cookies or whatever, and he'd basically help them hold the door. He'd get coffee for people if they needed it and wanted it. He'd be the first one in line to do that. Bruce was a good teacher, and he would deny being a teacher to anybody, but I don't deny it. I'd say he taught me really well. I learned from the best, and that was Bruce. I go to a lot of meetings. I hit about, going to meetings is service. I don't care what anybody says. You go to meetings, that's service. You share, that's service. And then of course there's the other things that are service that makes recovery work well. And I know a fellow at another meeting, and his name is Eric, and he's a good AA. He's good for the program. He's good for the program. He Goodness, he chairs meetings, he makes coffee. He's a GSR for a group over in another town, and the guy is constantly doing service work. And that's fantastic. That's fantastic. With myself, with the meetings down here at the park, over at the other place which we started yesterday inside, and setting the chairs up, making the coffee, greeting people as they come. When it comes time to, during the meeting to make announcements, making announcements. And I'm going to start doing that for our meeting over here. I haven't been, because it's like, well, they don't want to hear. I don't care if they want to hear or not. Somebody might need it, and I'm going to make it available to them. Got a nice cake for yesterday's meeting for New Year's, and to the group and whatnot, and nice big one, and I had it. I had a piece. It was very good. It was very good. Some people were trying it out. Very, very good. So I'm down here today talking about service. Me doing these videos for you guys is service. I'm all about service today. I wasn't always. When I first came in, it was like, just show me where my seat is. I'm going to sit my butt down and pretty much drink coffee or take care of me. Now I'm more interested in being at the meeting and helping the newcomer, the old timer too, if they need it. You know. I mean, we all, one day or another, we all need help, including me. And I was always afraid to ask for it, but I'm a little bit better today. I'll ask for help, and here you're likely to find people that will help you. And if they can't help you, they'll steer you in the direction you need to go. And I don't know. That's where else can you go for that? I mean, you go to therapy or something like that, and it's like, okay, $150, and you get basically nothing out of it. A lot of times they just listen. They don't even tell you anything or give you advice or anything like that. Here, it's all life stuff. It's life stuff. You know, this is the greatest gig in town. For an alcoholic, this is the only gig in town. There's no other. There's no other game. If you don't have this, you probably won't stay sober. And sobriety is what it's all about for me today. I am, yeah, clean and sober. 32 years, one day at a time. I don't know how many days that is. I looked it up, but whatever. It is days, though, and the days are what matter. You know, you know. I've heard people say, "Well, you got too many years and not enough days." I don't really know what that means, but live a day at a time. That's the best way to do it. Best way to do it is just to live in today. I come to the Lord. I gave this brand new year to Him right smack in the beginning, because I can't do it without Him. I need Him. I need Him every day. Now it's 2025. Oh, so what? It's just another day. When I was a kid, I used to think about, like, people would throw a year like that. I was like, I'm not going to be around. 2025? What the heck? That's like far off in the distant future, but here it is. Here it is, January 2nd, 2025. And I like I said, I hope you guys all had a nice, safe transaction from the old year to the new year. And I don't know. I watch the news and I see all kinds of craziness going on, terrorist attacks here, there, and everywhere. And it's like, man, you need God. You need God in this day and age, because the world has just gone totally insane. And I had a wonderful 4 days with Brandon last week, and his new wife, and her family, and all their fur family, and I really enjoyed it. I really had a good time. We played mini golf, okay? And he says, "Do you like it?" I said, "No." We played mini golf, and I ended up loving it, man. I got 3 holes in one. Yeah, it's like, I was making a joke. I said something to the effect that I'm going to try real golf now. I'm ready for that. But it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. A lot of frustration too, but hitting this little ball into a hole. It's really, yeah. But it was fun. It was very challenging, put it that way. And here we are, back at my homestead, back at my home, and I love this place here. All my squirrel friends. I don't see them today. I did my 3-mile walk, but I haven't seen hide nor hair of any today. But the other day, I didn't come yesterday, but the day before that, did I come yesterday? I might have just like breezed through. But the day before, I came and I fed them, and business as usual. That's part of my gig too every day. I get a lot of pleasure out of that, you know. And yeah, walking here, there's a number of people walking, not a terrible amount. It's a bit chilly today, but not terrible, not terrible. You put on the hat, the coat, the gloves, good enough. And you stay warm as you're walking. You do warm up. You do warm up, and it's a great day to walk today. Oh, I'm just doing this thing here now. Then I'm gonna head over to the place where we have the meeting, and we're gonna have a meeting, and hopefully more people come. We had a good showing yesterday for the first day back. You know, really the cake. I still have the cake. I'll bring it a couple more times, and that's good. So what's up with you guys? What you got any hopes for the new year? You got any dreams or desires for the new year? I hope mine is filled with love and peace. I want to keep mine, with God at the helm, with God at the front, and talking about service, they asked the disciples one time asked Jesus who was the greatest of them, and Jesus used an object lesson, like he brought a little kid up there and said the child is the greatest, and let him who wants to be first be your servant. And he said, I'm an example of that. Who's more important, the person that is the owner, or the person that works for the owner? Well, Jesus said that he's first, and he came, and he took on the form of a servant, and he said, let your servant be first. He said, let your servant be first, and let he who is greatest among you be your servant. That's kind of like the opposite of what this world wants. This world says whoever's first wins. Jesus said whoever puts himself last wins. He flips the whole script, and he flips it all, and yeah, let him who is greatest be your servant. He says, who's greater, him that sits at meat or him that serves? He says, isn't him that sits at meat and is waiting to be served? Yet I come to you as he that serves. So he taught us a huge lesson like that. The Bruces are the heads. Let him who's last be first. When he gave an example, he says, if you go to a wedding or a feast, and you take the highest seat in the place, and then somebody comes up to you and says, hey, you got to move. Somebody else is sitting there. And then you embarrassingly have to go sit somewhere else. He said, just take the last seat. And then if somebody comes up to you and says, hey, go up higher, go over there, that's a lot less shame, if you will. I mean, it's embarrassing to get kicked out of a seat and have them say, yeah, no, go sit over there. Yeah, this is for someone else. And that can be very embarrassing. Yeah, not funny. But, here we are, January 2nd. After this video, I'm going to head over to our new venue for the cold months. And, I hope you guys all have a great day, if you will. It's a great day to have a great day. So have one. I'm going to try. Got my gas this morning. I went to go see Lena for a little while. And she's, of course, working. And so hope you guys are all well. And I honestly, I say this every time, but, when you guys do this, it kicks it up to more people. But give a like and subscribe if you haven't. And more people will get to see this. And that's kind of my goal. So, guys, love you all. Again, Happy New Year. It's going to be great. 2025 is going to be beyond awesome. God bless you all.